Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Grounded. This is episode 17. So last time we went into the desert, the Sandbox, and we fought some Antlions, but I think we're going to go back today and we're going to fight some of the pit Antlions to get down into the desert goodies. I have made myself a full set of Antlion Armor, which we're going to switch into for the sizzle protection. But I did not get enough parts from the wandering Antlions to get the sword. So we're going to go back there and hopefully get enough parts from killing the pit Antlions, because they actually give you more parts than the wandering ones. And I guess we'll eat this Larvania to get the crit chance.
Just close your eyes and imagine it's
Also, I finally finished my zipline tower. And by finished, I mean I gave up on making it taller than it was, and decided that the height of the backyard fence was high enough. So we should be able to get to anywhere in the game from there, but we might not be able to get to some of them quickly. So I did build a connection, as you can see, to the desert, so we don't have to walk all the way back to the anthill and then go through. Now, I probably didn't make my bounce elevator the most efficient. I think you can probably do it so that you have a strip of like 3 blocks wide with a gap in the middle, and then you just have a bounce pad on opposite sides each time that is sticking out so that you hit all of them in sequence. Because otherwise you have to do this kind of back and forth that I'm doing. But yeah, the reason I hated building this was because I can only carry 8 planks up here at a time, and 2 of these wall segments cost 8 planks. And there are probably about like 200 planks in this thing, so I would get so sick of stacking them on top of each other. But anyway, now we have this nice platform. I also built a connection point to the Oak Lab, so we have a shortcut back there. I'm not building another tower anywhere else to, make it easier to get back here. We'll just have to walk back. This is just to get somewhere quicker. But yeah, I'm going to build a second floor here, because these zipline anchors are pretty wide, so if I want to build a bunch of them to different areas, like I'd like to have one to like there, so we can get to the wood pile back there. Another one going to the actual back deck there. Can we see the scabby from here? I think that's it right there. And then, another one going off over there. And then maybe eventually one going to the castle. One over by the pumpkin there, which I think is only there around Halloween. But anyway, for now, let's take the one to the desert.
I'm flying!
So yeah, now that we have the full Antlion armor set, we should be pretty protected from the heat. So let's get one of these, now that I finally built this. I'm sure something more exciting will happen in the episode for this to not be the thumbnail. But yeah, you see our sizzle meter is not going up now, so we are pretty much immune to the sun. Oh no, it is going up very slowly. Okay, we're not completely immune, but that gives us a long time we can stand in the sun without feeling its fatal effects. And walking into the shade will reset that still, so not really a big deal. There's a... yeah, I was gonna say, there's a wolf spider wandering around. I do not have Mithridatism equipped right now, but I do have it level 3 finally from killing enough of these. Actually, I might still have it equipped from fighting the one near my house. Sorry, wolf spider, but you just don't have the power over me that you used to. But yeah, I killed enough of them to get Mithridatism up to level 3, so now we are immune to poison when we have that equipped. I also leveled up the Antlion Armor, so it's already level 5, I think. So, these Antlions are really easy to fight. They still do pretty good damage, but they're so predictable that it's not hard to block their attacks. I've noticed sometimes they just won't attack. They'll start wandering backwards without trying to take a swing at you. Ooh, okay. Yeah, see, even if I can block a lot of their attacks, they only have to hit me, like, twice. So I'll pop a bandage and take a swig. So yeah, now we just have to basically wander around to the pits and kill the ones in the pits, which will cause them to cave in. And then we can get the goodies out of the tunnels underground. I feel like I'm staggering him with some of these hits. Alright, so for the sword, I think we need 6 pincers. And we only got 1 so far from all of those. So that's why I didn't have enough to make it. We need 7 in order to make the sword. But it is worth getting the sword, especially if we want to fight the Brood Mother. Alright, I think we got a pit here. Dodge the ant he's going to throw at me. Antlion larvae are actually capable of throwing dirt at ants if they're starting to escape. But yeah, the best way to fight these guys is just to jump into the pit with them, rather than trying to, like, shoot them or whatever, because their ranged attacks do way too much damage. And will pull you closer to them anyway. Man, they have so much health, though. That said, they are also very weak against the weapon you make out of them. Alright, so we kill them, and then when you harvest them, the sand caves in, and you can explore down here. Now, there are also some wandering antlions in these tunnels, but I think that one was actually above us. Alright, Supreme Quartzite we can't do anything with, but there is a Mega Milk Molar back here. So I'm gonna switch over to my hammer and pop this sucker open. So how many are we at? I have 2 right now. I think we need 1 more in order to increase the capacity. I still don't know what those feet sounds are. They're louder when you're underground. They might be coming from the worker ants in the anthill, but I'm not sure. I just don't recognize them anywhere else I go. Also, what time is it? So I think the thing I did wrong with the shovel is that I was expecting there to be one of those glowy sparkles, like there is for the other buried treasure, but I think you're actually just supposed to dig when you're in the right spot. Yeah, because normally you'll get a sparkle to tell you, hey, you should dig here, like that one over there. But I think with this one, you just have to go, okay, it's about the right time that the board says, which is 15:30, and then we'll be able to get the treasure here. Gotta wait a little longer, though. Let's go see what this treasure is. I think most of the treasure you will find are those little loot boxes that'll have, like, some of the rarer materials in them. Stuff like crow feathers, gum, quartzite, the various elemental materials. Why is there another buried battery here? Is that what's powering the Black Anthill lab? Because that seems like too much power for just this one little outpost over here. Now, I think even if you have sizzle protection, just being in the desert will make you thirsty faster. Because you can see how much faster our water is going down compared to our food. Okay. Why is there a dead guy in the sandbox? Recon Journal, Biomedical Engineer. Okay, maybe let's not read this when we're standing in the sizzle. There's also a tape and a biomedical badge. A badge from an ominent scientist. Okay. So, confirmed, there were ominent people poking around here. Tiny ominent people. I guess we'll take that? I think this is a trinket we can equip.
Ominent Practical Technologies, Dr. Wendell Tully, Science Division, log 88.05.29G. Oh, or is that H? H for safety. Final evaluation tests of the spacer are going well, though I have noticed some minor errors in transcription where a non-trivial number of particles are not being conserved. I have observed no ill side effects, but making a note to check that later.
Making a note.
I'm still annoyed by Dr. Klein's attitude at the barbecue when I confided in him about my success. He was arrogant, as always, dismissing my breakthroughs in covalent spacing reduction, questioning the very use of shrinking technology. What a ridiculous lack of vision. World hunger, overpopulation, global warming, just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh. Okay, so that causes you to burn food in order to heal. Maybe we don't need that right now. So yeah, I guess the recon was an ominent intern who went ant crazy. Recon Journal, Biomedical Engineer. Expedition member E. Ferreira. Department, Biomedical Engineering. Date, March 20th, 1990. I wonder who else has made it this long. Nearly 7 months now. The daily ducking and dodging of whatever the yard has in store as my mind and body withers and fades. We were the best and the brightest. Well, most of us. I have no idea what the point of the intern is. Did we not deserve to understand the full picture? Well, certainly we deserve to know, though we would never have signed on that dotted line. Just the same, I do my little tasks, I snap my photos and snatch the tapes. Ugh, the tapes. Minor transcription errors. Tully, you massive dunce, doomed yourself, doomed us all. Well, I'll stay out here, roasting in the sands, observing the great plodding fool, Dr. Wendell Tully, coming and going as he pleases as he becomes no more than beef jerky haunting his backyard. I should confront him, big or small. The blundering scientist flees across the desert, and the raisined engineer follows. Well, I mean, clearly he had his own misfortunes out here. Maybe Dr. Wendell Tully killed him. Though somehow I don't think that Raisin Tully would do a very good job. What time is it? It is almost time. Okay, so at 15:30, or was it 14:30? I think it's 15:30. We're gonna check. At 15:30, we just start hitting the ground and hoping that we can find the buried treasure. That sound is driving me crazy. I cannot figure out what it is. It's just little footsies padding around. Somewhere underground. Alright, the time is nigh. Oh, there we go. All I had to do was look down and we would have found it. So, that gives us another key. And we already saw the treasure chest is behind the castle in the moat. So that's a pretty easy one to get once
Nice
you
and clean.
see that sign. And I think by this point, you know, you have an idea that you probably should pay attention to what's on those whiteboards because some of them are actual relevant clues. I can't tell if he's missing with that attack. Feels like he's going over my head. It's funny that they have an attack that pulls you in, and then they have another one that pushes you out. Like, when you're close, they want to get rid of you, but when you're not, they want you to be closer. Timing on that one is a little tougher. He does a really long charge up. And I assume that attack would hit everyone around him. So if you were in co-op and you were all just wailing on him, he would just hit all of you and knock you back. Okay, one of these tunnel systems is pretty big and actually connects a bunch of the Antlion tunnels together, but a lot of them are these just little one-offs. Okay, there should be... Pretty sure there was supposed to be a hot cha-cha down here that respawns every day from this box. Alright, well that was a shitty one. That is also Supreme, so we're not going to be able to do anything about that. So yeah, we are just going to clear out a few more of these tunnels, and then we are going to head over to the upper yard. We still have some things to do in the lower yard. You know, including the Broodmother and that horrible spider cave that we fell into one time. But I do also want to see some of the new bugs and potentially upgrade our gear a little bit. Kind of looks like I bitch slapped him there, but in reality he's about to tear me up. I wonder if you could use this to kind of cheese the buried treasure. You know, just pull back and try to, like, figure out where it is at that time of day. Yeah, this is definitely the angle. It just kind of looks awkward from the other side. They also attack much more frequently than the wandering Antlions. Alright, we have 4 pincers now, so still not enough for a sword. And then I'm gonna have to come back here again and just grind for more of those to repair the sword.
Slowly. Antlion about.
Now he just stands here because I'm like at a range where he didn't know what attack to do. Alright, well, here's a hot cha-cha, which will give us the spicy element. So I think originally the desert was the only place to get these because they were added around the same time, but I'm pretty sure there are places to get the elements now in the upper yard. Because I remember there was a bunch of boxes like that up in that area. And I haven't even seen the sour element because that wasn't in the game before. Okay, there is, I think, one that respawns here, but I think I already collected it recently enough. So, the big cave system is over on this side of the map. Also, it has fungus inside of it, so I wonder if that's not there if you didn't get rid of the haze. Okay, I'm just fucking myself over here by unequipping my shield. I cannot reach the 7 without taking my hand off of WSAD. I tried to do it with my thumb there. I mean, in this case, dying isn't a big deal because we can just zipline back. But yeah, I keep pulling out my shovel when I mean to heal. I mean, this may be a little awkward, having to bounce all the way up here and then go across, but I think it's still faster than having to walk all the way over to the anthill, then go through the anthill up into the desert. I'm just going to keep calling it the desert instead of the sandbox, because it has less letters in it.
Yeah!
I like, too, that I don't have a weapon right now. I have a shield and a shovel. I am all about defense and digging. I guess you could say I'm a bit of a shovel knight myself. Alright, so that antlion is still going to be here because I think they do also have kind of fixed
All my
spawns.
things are still here.
I don't have the extra parry timing now because of the koi armor, so I have to get used to that, not having that again. I love that you can kill them when they're buried like that. Like they just didn't want to make their hitbox disappear when they do it. So we have a mixer here that would require us to probably fight off a lot of antlions and possibly a wolf spider. I don't know exactly how those work. I don't know if they just summon enemies or if they actually spawn in new enemies just for you to fight. I think they do spawn in new ones, and that's how they do, like, do more damage to defense creatures, is because they spawn them in with a special tag. Alright, the treasure chest is back here. Shove our melted moat key in. Gives us a milk molar and a waterlogged recipe. I think that is the Salt Morningstar, yep. So yeah, that is a weapon that inherently does salty damage and can be useful for some of the things that have a weakness to that. I don't remember exactly what is weak to salty. I know the infected creatures is fresh, and that's pretty much the only elemental weakness I remember because it's shared across all of them. I did build a bridge to the castle. I built most of a bridge to the castle. Turns out I didn't finish it. Wow, that did all the damage. I don't know why. Ow. Jesus Christ, that ant really fucked me up. Okay, I made a whole bunch of these healing items before we left. Alright. There's our 7th pincer. And here's a snack, which I'm gonna need. So yeah, we can get into the castle now. There isn't really much here. There was an area underneath it that I thought they were going to do something with, but as far as I know, there's not actually anything down there. It's like a cave underneath the castle, and it was just empty. The castle is also full of antlions. We're not even going to be able to see it from here. Also, I think to get inside, you actually might have to build stairs, too. You can't get across this tiny gap. You can see the shadow of... Oh, never mind. I thought that was the shadow of the one trying to get across. Well, they can just walk across, I guess. That is just a bee. I don't know why there are bees flying over the desert at night when they're supposed to be sleeping. You shouldn't be here. Alright, well. I suppose we'll... Oh, great. I suppose we'll sleep. We'll kill the Antlions in the big tunnel. Get the treasure in there. Trying to fight two of these guys is not a good idea. You want their attacks to be synced up. How are you detecting me from all the way over there? I might have actually forgot to upgrade the armor now that I'm thinking about it. Let's see. No, it is level 5. I did not bring, or did not set up a cook spit up here, so we can't actually cook that aphid that I picked up. Alright, well, let's be quick. We can get out of here. If we need food, we can just eat this old apple.
Choke it down, Pete.
Wait, you don't like apples either, Pete? Sure, it's a little rotty, but it's edible. Apples take forever to go bad. And we'll take the fresh bits because we can use those for crafting. Got a little ballsy on the timing there. God damn. That attack does so much fucking damage. This is how it was in early access too, though. When I was trying to grind Antlions, I could kill a dozen of them, and then one of them would just completely fuck me up because they do so much damage.
Don't even need to boil it.
I think they actually do more damage than the wolf spider. Alright, this should be the right pit. Oh boy, my stamina. The thing is, Blade Master lets you attack faster. I think I just pulled out my shovel again. It lets you attack faster, which means you burn your stamina faster. Alright, is this the correct tunnel? It looks like it. And for some reason, it's really bright down here. So yeah, the thing down here we can get is salt clusters, which are our primary source of salt shards. Now, it turns out there are a few of them on the picnic table that I didn't see because they're so small, but not enough to even craft a single salty glob. So yeah, I'm wondering too if, would that block of fungus right there not be here if I hadn't got rid of the haze? Doesn't really matter because there's no infected antlion, so it's just another place to get more fungus. If for some reason you need fungus. Not like there's a shortage of it in the haze. more supreme quartzite. So, we should be able to make the Salt Morning Star with the amount of salt we're getting out of here. And then we'll have that on hand if we find something that we really need to use it on. I can actually think of one creature that I believe we would want to use it on. One that is fairly tough, but is weak to salt.
I'm holding raw science.
And we might even see one of those in this episode, depending on how long it takes me to get out of the desert. Crusty roly-poly breastplate. Okay. So I think that is even worse than the sickly roly-poly breastplate. But it's, again, one of those broken versions of good items in order to give you the recipe. Okay. Ow. What did I just break? I thought I broke it, and then it was still there. Or there was two of them on top of each other. So because this is multiple tunnels attached together, they're actually blocked off until you kill the antlions in them, and you can't even see the antlion above you from the inside. You think you'd see their, like, butt sticking through or something, but no, they're entirely outside. So, like, right here, there is an antlion above us. I can't remember if there's another tunnel or all of the antlions we haven't killed yet are connected to this one. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the sandbox. We've kind of seen everything there is to see here.
It's burning.
It's a pretty small area. It's neat, though. I like that there is a desert, and in a way that makes sense. Check in here when it's daytime and I can actually see what the fuck I'm doing. And then we're going to get out of here. Nice thing too is when you want to leave the desert, you can just jump off the edge of the sandbox. So yeah, there's a hot chosh up there. I remember that. I think that's the one I had to build stairs to get to. Science. Oh, it looks like they blocked up the cave. You used to be able to go down there, but now there's just a rock in the way. I don't think there's anything else important. The map says that there's a tooth somewhere. And it's not the one that we got out of the chest, so I don't know where the hell it would be. Unless it's in the middle? Oh, it might be buried. It might be one of the underground treasures. Yeah, it's probably that right there. Alright, got a little greedy there, but it worked out. Okay, not a tooth. Spicy shard, mint shard, sunken bone. So yeah, it's just an assortment of kinda rare materials. I don't know where this would be otherwise. I guess it could be in the castle. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no way to get in here without building. I was trying to Shovel Knight it. I think there was a meal in there that we don't need. Alright, well, that's it. Maybe I'll come back and try to find that tooth on my own, but it's not really important, so... Alright, gonna spend the whole episode doing it. Water.
No water filtration tablets needed.
I have to refill my water when we get back. Is that something I forget to do? I don't mind if I do. If we just stumble across this treasure, I'm definitely going to dig it up. Oh, God. The frame rate. It's too spicy for the frame rate. Okay, my inventory is totally full. So I am just going to eat this and get some spicy defense.
Better than starving, I think.
I'm surprised that doesn't make you sizzle if you eat one of those. Spicy safety. I think it's only spicy, though, and fresh that give you a mutation. Pretty sure the other two don't actually have anything for eating them, and I don't even think you can eat the salty shards. Alright. Now we just float on home, and it takes like 20 seconds to get here. We'll unload all of our garbage, and then we'll head over to the upper yard. I guess we'll have to keep our armor on, though, because we want to maybe get some more charcoal while we're up there, and this will protect us for a little bit longer. Hey, remember when I couldn't find ladybugs anywhere and I had to run all over the map and now they're just showing up around my base? Unfortunately, there were also a lot of infected larvae showing up around my base. Okay, this we don't need. You can't craft anything with the regular apple bits, only the fresh one. So that leaves us with the quartzite because I keep turning it into shards, so that's why it doesn't auto store. Throw all that crap in there. I'm gonna have to make another item chest. I'll throw that crap in there for now. I'm gonna have to repair my sword. Gonna need to farm some black ant parts. Though, I probably didn't need to do that because we're about to make a new sword. So I'm kind of dumb. But yeah, we'll make the Antlion Greatsword to make the two-handed... What did I just make? Did I just make two of them? God damn it. I don't need two of them. Well, I could make one elemental, I guess, but that was a waste. How did I even have enough parts for that? Well, shit. I guess it's just going over here for now into my mushroom brick storage, where I'm building up a large supply for when we renovate the house, which will probably be after this episode. I'll probably do the renovations, because I'm getting sick of this place, looking like it does. We've done this for 17 episodes. Can we upgrade this? Do I have enough upgrade material left? I have some. That got us up to level 4. And I don't think I have enough to make more brittle. Well, I do have a lot of larva spikes. Let's see, how many did I need? I think it was 10 total. So I can make 4 of them out of larva spikes. And that'll get our sword up to level 5. So let's compare the damage here. This is my black ant sword. This is my Antlion Greatsword, which does like 3 times as much damage now that we leveled it up as the other one. So we're gonna say goodbye to the black ant sword for now. Which kind of makes our shield a little redundant. I guess the problem with the greatsword is it is going to break faster, as I'm going to have to parry with the sword itself rather than a shield. But now that we got that done, let's head to the upper yard. and see some of the upper tier bugs. But yeah, I don't really have a primary kind of game plan from here on out because we're getting to stuff that I don't know, stuff that I only did once, or a lot of stuff that I haven't even seen. So we're gonna have to kind of figure it out as we go from here. Alright. I debated killing that wolf spider, but that'll just take out time we don't need to spend. It really doesn't look that big in photo mode. Like, it doesn't really look like a greatsword, but I guess compared to the other one, it is quite a bit bigger. I didn't refill my canteen. Really should have done that. Do that now. Go to equip. And pop. 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 So that fills it up. And then I need one more for right now. Really? That doesn't even jiggle it enough? Oh. Sometimes they kind of become detached from the thing that they're supposed to be hanging off of, so they don't actually fall off. They just kind of like float in place. The aphids do that sometimes too. When they're supposed to be hanging on, but then you punch the thing and they don't move at all. Alright, so, like I said, I built a staircase over here to facilitate entry into the upper yard. I guess we are just going to build a zip line at some point. There's also that wolf spider that lives under this rock. I've already killed him once when I was building this thing because he was being annoying and he wouldn't go away. So we head up here where we blew up that rock that was in the way. I probably should have brought the stuff to build a camp right here. Alright, so we got a roly-poly here. What is the stats on the roly-poly? What is its weakness? Wait, why does the regular one have more weaknesses than the sickly one? Busting, fresh, salty, spicy. Resistant to slashing, stabbing, chopping. So we don't really have an ideal tool for dealing with him right now. Because our primary weapons are stabbing and slashing. However, the roly-poly is non-hostile. He kind of looks like he's a poly wrangler. Just me and my iso buddy. Isopoduddy. Look at their little mouth. I guess that's not the mouth. I guess that's the mouth, but it looks like a mouth right there. My isopal. That's what I was looking for. I was like trying to think of it. Well, here on the Isopod Ranch, we raise all kinds of isopods. And we ride them. Time of day. Let's get the sun on the other side. I feel like I can never get both my subject and Pete in the light. There's always shadow. That's probably as good as it's gonna get. Alright, we'll leave him alone for now. I could kill him with the hammer, but they are pretty tough. So I'm not 100% sure I could do that. Alright, what other horrible critters do we have up here? Oh, we got a hole. Probably should not go into the hole because nothing nice lives in these holes. And it's pitch fucking black in here, of course. I don't know where this goes. I don't remember there being a cave here. So I'm not going to go in here without a torch. So, when I played the early access, this area pretty much ended right at the end of the porch. There was a big floating sign that said under construction. It was just an empty, barren area beyond that. So I don't know what's over there at all. tooth around here. That's probably in that underground area we were just looking at. What do we got over here? We got another roly-poly. We got some more larvae.
Burn your feet, Pete.
I think you can also do stun with this greatsword because it's big enough. Alright. Got a little bit of tough gunk. These guys don't actually have a unique resource otherwise. That's just a generic resource you get from all the upper yard bugs. And you use it for pretty much all the upper yard crafting recipes. But otherwise, they just drop larva shit. We will probably also run into a ladybird up here, which is the nastier cousin of the ladybug. They are very aggressive, unlike the regular ladybugs. And I don't think I've ever fought one. Alright, so this ends up here. There is another area beyond the coal bag that leads up into the proper upper yard. This is like the transition step. More bones. Man, these people are worse at surviving in this backyard than children. Then again, I guess we have died quite a few times. They just don't have the magic of raw science resurrection. Pete, the archaeologist, uncovering bones so fresh that they've still got a little bit of meat on them. I don't think I can get the sun under this leaf. If I had a torch, this would be easier. I like that his feet also try to adjust to where you're standing. This one doesn't even have anything near him. Usually you get something off of the skeletons, but he just crawled under a leaf and died. Probably devoured by larvae. I saw there's like raw science right up here. I think we have to drop down to get that. Or actually, we probably jump off of some grass. Did I scan the tough gunk already? Yeah, I must have done that when we first got some. Alright, so there's not really much to see over in this part of the upper yard.
I got the science.
There's a certain beetle I was hoping we'd run into, but we didn't last time we were up here either. And they might only show up in the upper part. Well, let's head over to the barbecue. There's an item over here that I want to get, but I don't think we have enough sizzle protection to get it. Actually, if I unequip Natural Explorer and equip Fresh Defense, that combined with our armor might make this doable. We'll have to see how much the regular coal affects us, because I don't really know how safe we are. Okay, ignore the wolf spiders. Oh, there's also buried treasure here. I forgot to mention that. The sword is doing some pretty good work already. Gotta get this treasure before the sun goes away. more of the same. I don't think there's any kind of, like, unique treasure over here. Alright. Yeah, this looks like it's doable. I mean, it goes up a lot quicker than being in the desert, but not as quick as when we had no protection. No, Pete, don't pet. Oh, look at this moon rock I found. It's a fresh meteor. Still sizzling. They'll never know the difference back home. Alright, well, now we are getting cooked. So I'm going to back out. Let our sizzle go down. So it's not actually the thing that you're trying to harvest that cooks you like that. It is the
Taking a look.
coal that is on fire behind it. But for the chunks I already got to make the oven, it was pretty much run in, hit it twice, run out, run back in. You know, try not to cook too long. But if we want to get up into the upper area, you pretty much have to go through the gauntlet over here. They want to force you to go to the desert pretty much just so you can survive this part. Alright, is there anything up here? There's a tooth. So I think the only way I could be more protected from the heat right now is if I made the Antlion food, which we don't have the recipe for yet because I didn't buy, like, desert recipes. But that also gives you sizzle protection, so all three things combined I think is enough to be able to tough out the sizzle here. But I think for the event that I want to do, we might need that. Because there's another special weapon blueprint around here, but apparently this wasn't the case in the early access release, but in this version, you have to do like a wave defense while being sizzled. Inside the charcoal bag.
Too hot for me.
Pete, we were in like literally charcoal hell a second ago, and you were fine, but this area is too hot for me. I don't even remember how to get into the bag. I do wonder, though, why is there an active barbecue that was tipped over? Like, did Wendell just leave those coals in there, or are they some kind of special science coals that never go out? Because they are called Everchar. Ever-burning charcoal. Stays piping hot and is perfect for constructing an oven. As well as a fancy torch, which is what I want to make out of it next. It's even a torch that works underwater, because apparently that's how hot the coal is. So yeah, in here, you can see there's no coal in here. Well, I guess these are charcoal, but they look like rocks. But there is a flaming sword sticking out of one of them, and that is the source of the sizzle. And that's all that's in here. So in order to get the recipe, we have to try to pull this out, basically. And I didn't really get to use this weapon in the early access build. It was in there, but I didn't actually get a chance to make it and play around with it. As you might guess, it is a salty element, or salty. It is a spicy element weapon by default. And it's a fucking katana. So, you know, it's pretty cool. Can we make this any brighter? I feel like this is probably the one. Nope, that's definitely not it. No, I think just standing there staring at it is probably the right one. Need a little bit of that mood lighting from it being dark enough. All right, I guess we'll take a stab at this, but first we have to de-sizzle. All right, thankfully it's not the entire bag. It is just when you're close to it. But yeah, we have to try and pull this out, and apparently the bugs don't like that. Because they will try to destroy it while we try to, like,
To arms! To arms!
interpret its secrets. But yeah, this is pretty much just a mixer event, except you're defending the sword instead of defending the mixer. It's kind of goofy, but I guess because this is a really good weapon, they didn't want you to be able to just walk up and grab it. I mean, this isn't too bad. They're not sending a huge amount of them at once. So they will try to attack the sword for some reason. It's like they know that we want to know how it's made, and they're like, fuck that. You're not going to get any triple-folded coal. Fuck, there are so many of them, though. One of them is just staring at the sword. I can see him over there. I'm waiting for the health to go down. Jesus Christ. They just did, like, a mega combo together. I mean, at least you can stun multiple enemies with one parry, which makes groups easier to fight. Alright. So they can jump up here. I guess things like this is the reason they gave them a jump attack. Or not a jump attack, just the ability to jump up high. Christ, there are so many of them. Nope. So we'll have to come back and try again a different time. I don't know how you're supposed to kill, like, 8 of those guys at the same time. Maybe I do need to put a turret in there. Well, we'll come back for that sword later. That took a lot out of my armor as well. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's a little more interesting than just having to find yet another chest in order to get another weapon recipe. Alright, I don't really know where I'm going now. Just kind of wandering. We are not ready for the woodpile, which is kind of similar to one of the anthills. Oh,
Taking a look.
there
Mark
is
that
a
one off the
ladybird.
list.
I think they have the same weaknesses as a ladybug. To busting. Infected. Ladybird. Busting and fresh, yeah. A large, angry bug that roams the area around the shed can drop tough gunk, ladybird shell, and the usual ladybug gives on death. So yeah, a lot of these enemies are, like I said, just reskins of existing enemies that drop the same things as the other ones, and then, for some of them, a unique material as well. I wonder if we can beat this thing with the hammer. Also, I was wrong about saying that the tools do not have a combo, I realized. Because it's the same combo you use when you're chopping things down. And it does actually still do more damage on the third hit. Alright, that's the healing roar. So, okay. Did not think it would have a 2-hit combo like that. But yeah, that's where we're going to have to go next, is the upper yard. I'm going to go back up there, and I'm going to drop down a zipline anchor up in that area we got to, because I don't want to have to do that ascent every time that we want to get up there, where we have to run through the charcoal and everything. But I think we'll save that for next time. This is going to be a pretty laid-back episode. We didn't really do that much. We just fought a bunch of antlions and then got beaten up by a ladybird. Oh, and the sword event. But yeah, next time, I guess we'll have a little bit more of a plan. Do a little bit more investigating into the upper yard. But until then, you folks at home all take care.